Hello Yandere fans. There isn't a better time than now to discuss a highly suggested future in Yandere Simulator, an open world environment. We already have a base of a great concept that is free roam killing, senpai avenging, and Easter eggs. The school that Yandere-chan attends seems to be enough of an open world experience for the game to take place, right? If you chose yes, then you were only 5% of voters that chose to keep Yandere Simulator strict to the school. And you will have lots of fun playing alpha builds, while the other 57% of full voters will play what will be the greatest open world experience since GTA 5. Let's just say that the remaining 39% of voters said that Yandere Simulator should have more environments but should not be open world. Which makes absolutely no sense to me. Speaking of which, let's talk about what open world gaming means. Take the GTA Saints Row series for example. You are bound to a set of missions and dropped into a city full of places you can explore and interact with. The next person that bumps into you could get blown up, stabbed, shot down, and maybe even thrown onto a train track. You get money to use on anything that the game presents you with. This most often happens in shops that sell things from weapons to clothing, and even tattoos for those hardcore Saints Row fans. The difference between Yandere Simulator being open world and being a closed experience is not really one simple thing. A closed world game would be something more like a Super Mario game. Tetris, no, not Tetris. But then there's games like Pokemon, where you get the choice to go wherever you want to go next, and then when you want to progress in the story. Technically, Yandere Simulator already has most open world features because there's not much strictness to the storyline. For example, you're given the fact that you love this guy and you hate everyone else. So, you are given the option to do whatever you want to eliminate your opponents. The developer wants to make sure that this game becomes more of an open world experience while combining the original concept with the open world concept. Even though I just said it was, I can explain what he is trying to do in future updates to the game and possibly the final release. Imagine this. Yandere-chan goes to school in the morning as usual. She decides that Friday was the day that she would exact her revenge on the purple-haired girl for standing too close to senpai. With the money she didn't know she had for 6 months, she decides to purchase a small weapon. After days of flirting with the purple-haired girl, she finally convinces her to do her a favor. Unfortunately, Yandere-chan left just the right amount of evidence for the body to be found. She has nowhere to go, but in this new open-world direction, Yandere-chan would now be able to flee to a small town while real police NPCs search the school for an investigation. This is where the open-world aspect perfectly ties into the game. When school either ends for the day or is closed for a murder investigation, your character finally gets to roam around a beautiful square full of classmates, civilians, and occasionally workers in uniform. You can either make friends, start relationships with people outside of school, or maybe even use the bigger area to your advantage, like hiding. There's a lot to think about when adding open world elements to the game. First of all, will Yandere Sim be exactly the same with more content, or will the game change a lot? It's still not that simple. Yes, the storyline would definitely translate to the new style of the game. Everything you could do in the current game, you'd be able to do in the final edition. However, the only difference is that the game isn't bound to a school, and now you have the freedom to do actual activities, using currency, and other things that you wouldn't be able to do before. Also, things that will benefit you in your quest for There's only one solution in order to make this update possible. Accept it. What if Grand Theft Auto never let you drive off the road? What if it was just a racing game, and it was still a police chase themed game in 2015 with nice graphics? The game would have never been great. If Yandere Simulator wants to become a sandbox game, it has to go all the way. Or the biggest fear the fans have is that the game will definitely lose its interest after a couple of months, maybe even weeks of simple mechanic changes as it is now. Before I end the video, I must ask you, the fans and the developer, a question. What if we could create an open world sandbox game where you can do wherever you want and there are no restrictions? Think about it, most open world games let you do a lot, but never let you do everything. In Yandere Simulator, you can live your life, have fun, but you have the untampered ability to murder, exploit, get into relationships to make senpai jealous, and do all the crazy things that only this game has to offer. Thank you for watching this video. The only reason I made it was because I'm a hardcore fan of sandbox games, and I have an undying excitement for the future of this game. In the following weeks, I will be doing other episodes on different futures. I already have some in mind, and I would like to see them implemented in the game. This is kind of like a YouTuber mod showcase for things that haven't happened yet. So predictions, suggestions. What do you think? Should Yandere Simulator become an improved version of how it is now, or should it expand its horizons to the open world platform, and welcome in entirely new environments to explore and new people to interact with? Leave your opinions in the comments, because you never know when Yandere Dev might see it. By the way, there is a poll you can vote on now, and I will link that in the description. To learn more about it, go to Yandere Dev's latest video, titled Let's Examine Natsuro High School. Please, don't correct me, I don't know Japanese, or any language that other than English, because I'm white.